I am the one hiding under your bed, teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red. It doesn't matter who we are or what it is we do, whether we're a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a researcher, whatever. We're all trying to come closer to the truth. We're all trying to work out what is right and what is wrong. Sometimes we look down an alleyway and we see something, a shadow, and we think we know what it is. But sometimes we make a mistake and we have to carry on analysing our own experiences to try and get closer to the truth. But with every experience, we expand our knowledge and our wisdom. So don't discount what the occultists say and do. The people who play with their pendulums, their Ouija boards and their tarot cards, because they're just like you, trying to get closer to the truth, but exploring a different part of the natural world. Tonight's scary story, supernatural story, and true, comes from a Polish friend of mine. It's quite a curious story, and one that may make you think. I personally don't quite know what to make of it, but I'm going to read it out anyway, and you can make up your own damn mind. Here we go. It says here, "Hi Nick, I'm just writing to you with my paranormal story. My personal experiences. I'm writing to you about a mirror that almost killed me. And I'm not kidding. But you'll know at the end of the story. The story goes, when I made a renovation, and I had to make some changes in my room. I was disposing of an old broken convertible sofa, and I wanted to make room for a wardrobe and a bed. I went to a furniture shop to pick up a wardrobe. I wanted to buy something that has a mirror on it so I could, see myself when getting dressed. I finally picked one with a huge mirror and took it to my apartment. After a few days, the wardrobe was in place, and I started to feel bad and depressed. I felt a weird attraction to the mirror that was part of the wardrobe. I had no idea what was going on, and it felt almost like I was coming down with the flu. Later, a female friend of mine who happens to be a psychic came to visit and saw the mirror and automatically said that she feels it's a mirror of souls. She explained to me it could be a portal and anyone could get through it. So the portal was in the furniture store already, and all of a sudden it's in my place. I was wondering if someone had deliberately put it there on purpose. Not necessarily a human. Or maybe not necessarily a human and opened the portal. There had to be some kind of explanation. Later on, bad things started to happen. I started to have horrible nightmares. A few times I suddenly awoke and it felt like something was pulling me by the legs towards the mirror. My legs were always on about the same height of this goddamn mirror. At this time I was going literally insane and crazy. I was desperate to destroy it. But my friend said to me, if I break it, it'll make lots of little portals by its cracks. So I decided to dismount the part of the wardrobe where the mirror was and dispose of it. First I wanted to trash it, but my mother said that she has a friend at work who could use it and have good use of it. So some time later, he came to my place and took it. 2 weeks later, he was dead. My mother only told me this when she told me that some accidents had started to happen where he had lived after he took ownership of the mirror. Now, there's of course a possibility that his death was just some kind of weird coincidence. However, it was the moment that I disposed of this mirror, everything stopped happening in my apartment. The nightmares, the illness, the bad mood, the depression, the accidents. And I was living a normal life and feeling great. This was back in the autumn of 2011, and I'll never forget it. Now, I very carefully check mirrors before I buy them, but I still enjoy, playing with my own scrying mirrors though. Well, that happened to myself. Maybe you'll think it's funny, but back then, it wasn't funny at all. I wasn't into the occult like I am now, and I was just really a little kid, really. Probably there was some way to close the portal, but I didn't know about that then, and I just wanted to find some way of disposing it and getting rid of it. I will add, I was not taking any drugs, and I wasn't drinking at that period of time, so the influence on me could not have been as a result of alcohol or medicines or illegal substances. I hope you like that story. Blessings to you, your friend. Been watching your channel for many years, and I hope many more to come. Well, what do I think could have been causing those effects? I don't know. That's the problem with this subject. Alright? We have these experiences here and there, but we don't know everything. And there's always more questions to be asked. Was there some kind of energy or consciousness within the wardrobe itself? Maybe it had some kind of resin that you were having an allergic reaction to. I don't know. Was the explanation supernatural or was it natural? And why did the person who then took the wardrobe with the mirror pass away two weeks later, after having had what one can only assume is some of the very same experiences which you had when you were in possession of the mirror in the wardrobe? The accidents and all this kind of stuff, and then eventually death. All I can say is that delightfully creepy and thoroughly enjoyable to read. Keep watching, and if you want to submit your own true supernatural story that's happened to yourself or happened to a friend, send me a PM on this channel or via Facebook, and I'll be happy to include it in the show. Speak to you again soon. God bless.